Our other big local story tonight making national headlines. Police making an arrest 27 years after the murder of hip-hop icon Tupac Shakur right here in Las Vegas.
I don't like a guy just openly going on TV and YouTube and writing a book and everything else, just fully admitting that he's a major player in the homicide.
In a major hip-hop mystery that's been bugging folks for years, they finally nabbed the guy they say gave the green light for Tupac Shakur's murder back in '96. Dwayne Keefe Davis was the name that's been floating around in connection with this case, and they finally slapped him with the murder charge. Now, he ain't the one who pulled the trigger, but the cops are saying he was the brains behind the operation, like the big boss of it all. According to Las Vegas Police Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson, Davis was the one calling the shots for this crew that did the dirty deed, and he cooked up the whole plan on his own. Davis himself spilled the beans in interviews and even wrote about it in his 2019 book Compton Street Legend, admitting he handed over the gun that was used in the drive-by shooting. Davis spilled the beans publicly, and that's what brought the case back to life. They cuffed him, and he's now 60 years old, nabbed during a stroll near his Vegas crib. The prosecutors dropped the bomb that a Nevada grand jury hit him with the murder charge, and he's gotta face the music in court next week. The grand jury also tacked on a gang activity sentencing bonus, which in turn could pile on an extra 20 years if he gets convicted. They just let loose hundreds of pages of transcripts, giving us a little peek into the first month of the grand jury action that kicked off in late July. They had ex-buddies of Davis, pals of Shakur, and some retired cops who were on the case early on, all spilling the beans. They painted a picture for the grand jury of this beef between Shakur's Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records, which has ties to Davis and Red Shakur's rap rival Biggie Smalls. It's what sparked that whole East versus West Coast hip-hop feud in the mid-90s, according to one of Davis's old pals who testified. Now, someone who had a close relationship with Pac, Jada Pinkett Smith, had decided to let the world know what she thinks about the groundbreaking news with Keefe D's arrest. Jada Pinkett Smith has always been super open about how much Tupac Shakur meant to her, and now that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis got busted in connection with her friend's murder, she took to Instagram to share her thoughts. Jada kept it short and sweet on IG with a simple message of hope. Now I hope we can get some answers and have some closure. R.I.P. Pac. She's been clear all along that there was no romantic stuff going on between her and Tupac. They were just close pals who went way back to their Baltimore days and stayed tight as they grew up. Now Jada's not the only one looking for justice here. Loads of other folks want to see the people responsible for Pac's murder brought to account. Even Tupac's siblings have been talking about it in interviews, saying they need closure. Setua Shakur, his sister, thinks that the arrest is a big deal. She said, "This is definitely a turning point. The silence around this case for the past 27 years has been loud in our community. It's crucial that the world, our country, the justice system, and our people understand how significant the loss of my brother, my mother's son, and my father's son really is. His life and death matter, but we can't let it go unsolved or unnoticed. So yeah, today's a win, but I'll hold off on passing judgment until all the facts and legal stuff are done. There have been many hands in this, and there's so much more to know about Tupac's life and death and our whole Shakur family story. We want justice, no doubt." Pac's brother also had something to say. It brought back some heavy stuff from the past for him, but it's not all over just yet.
What's your initial reaction to Keefe D being arrested?
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet for a number of reasons. The time, of course, 27 years.